What a time to be alive.
That
Hello,
might be
everybody.
why you're having
It
trouble.
looks like we're live. As you
What?
can see,
Time.
there was no intro. There was no music.
What?
Matt gave me a key to the kingdom and not the keys. So here we are,
Just living
Rude.
my life.
not able to do shit,
That's kind of like
having to scramble around. My goddamn computer's finally updated.
Oh, that was quick. The finish.
Yeah, it was only fucking an hour.
I mean,
Yeah. He started
Well-
it at 6 o'clock 3 months ago.
Yeah. So it's Friday night, everybody.
I only started at
It's
7
Phoenix,
yesterday.
and it's what is this, day 150 of the hottest summer ever?
just about.
That's right.
Just
I had-
about.
I'm Kyle, as you all know. Introduce yourselves, fellas.
I'm Corbin.
I'm Solo Wookie.
There it is.
And I'm Sam, the movie mechanic from Couch Crunchers, just stopping by, filling in for Matt tonight.
Oh man, he should have fucking took the keys from him before you got here.
Yeah, he didn't leave them for me either. He said they were hiding under your doormat.
Well, he's a fucking liar.
You're a liar. Give me back my gumdrop buns.
I want my keys.
You guys are.
Where's my goddamn keys?
Oh, that hurt.
Give me back my gumdrop buns.
So, how was everybody's week this week?
Oh, man. It was awesome. I had such a great week.
I'm telling you,
Such
Sam.
a great week.
Sam's
I had such a great week. Any week I get to play dodgeball is a great week.
Well, since you brought that up, why don't you talk to everybody about it?
All right, first off, Corbin pussed out again.
I knew you were gonna go there. Fuck.
He pussed out a week one.
Wait, let me
Shut up.
wait. Surprise face. I gotta. Okay, wait. Okay,
Yeah, let's start over.
try and say that again, real quick.
Corbin pussed out again this week. Week 4, he pussed out.
Corbin!
Was that one more believable?
Wow.
He hit me. He faked me out with the okie doke. Said he was coming, then he didn't show up.
I'm gonna show up, but I'm really not. Oh, you mean like what he does for this show?
Yeah, yeah. He pulled. Oh, it's a late night at the library.
Oh my gosh.
You
He
know,
was
there's
pulling
a
something, but it
library.
wasn't the library.
He's at the late night with Penelope, having her rub ice all over him because it's so hot outside.
Because they were sore muscles from dodgeball last week.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, hey Penelope, look at my highlight reel, and she's like, "Nice."
Can you ice my muscles?
Yeah,
I hate-
ice my muscles.
so bad.
Keep
Ice
it
my
coming.
muscles in the
It's
ice
had a
my
lot
muscles
of
in the graphic novel section. That'll be such a turn on.
Hey, why don't you massage this muscle?
What? Oh,
Will you ice my muscles while I read Gotham by Gaslight?
Yeah. Corbin's porn fantasies coming true right now.
you guys are a mess right now, man.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's chicka bow wow.
Yeah. But he's got to be careful because he doesn't want the ice dripping on the pages. So gotta make sure it stays on the back. No, not on the front, down the back.
You guys are wow. Wow. I'll take it. I get it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
dodgeball.
So,
was
what made you
free.
decide to start dodgeball? What made you decide to start it?
All right. So back in high school, I had a dodgeball club with a buddy of mine, and the buddy and I, we kind of just lost track of each other for a long time. And then about 2-3 months ago, we reconnected, and I was like, "Hey, you remember that dodgeball club?" And he's like, "Yeah, we should start it up again." And I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it." And we tried starting it back in June, and he was like, "Let's do it in June," and I was like, "Dude, it's 120 degrees outside.
It's still in June.
It's 120.
It's nice and cool in June.
Did he just
in
move here or
Arizona.
something?
No, like
Did he
he's
just
from
move
here.
back?
He's from here, but he
Did
has
he
kind
was,
of.
he
Are
was
you
drunk
from
when he was
Canada,
talking to
eh?
you then.
He probably was a little drunk, but yeah, I just don't think he was thinking it through. Plus, it's the middle of COVID, right? They were still like the eviction moratorium was still going on, and he's just like,
It's
"Oh,
like they
yeah,
got the better of them.
we could do it. We could totally do it. No one else is doing anything." And I was like, "It's just too hot, man." And so we pushed it back 3 months, and started up the last week of September, and it's been really, really fun. So the first week we only had like 6 guys there. And then the next week,
is this outside?
yeah, we're in racquetball courts at a local high school called Gilbert High School.
Okay.
And
We tried to get the secret location out of Corbin, and he was like, no, these are my friends. Fuck you guys. You can't. These are my friends. I'm embarrassed by you guys. I just come on the show to be here. Make you guys look good. And we were like, oh, okay.
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Corbin is very protective. Every time we shout him out, he's like, don't tag me. Don't you dare tag me. Get that off. I don't need that tag. Get that off.
Wow. Wow. This is just, I'm getting my hits today.
But yeah, so we kicked it off. First week we had 6 guys. Next week we had probably 15 guys. And then 2 weeks ago, we had close to 20 guys there. And then last week, see, Corbin brings like 5 dudes with him. And their names are Adonis and Blaze and Laser and Blazer. He's bringing all the American Gladiators with him.
Well, it's been a mess. I'm trying to talk them back. We got what? What do we do? It was me, Avery, Lang, Mateo, Adonis. But like, the problem is, this is a big, like, there's a problem for 3 of them. Is that dodgeball, while fun for 2 of my bros, also interacts with the day that we usually play basketball. Well, not we, because I don't usually do it. I always say I will, and y'all know me. So, anyways.
Okay, wait. Time out. When they walked in, was it in slow motion? Was it like when
they walked in?
Important question.
Never walked into the court.
They absolutely walked in slow motion, but I think they were like, we don't really want to be here. Corbin made us come. Corbin is paying us to be here. We don't really want to be here.
Well, the funny thing is, like, yeah, one of them doesn't like to come out in general. The one that you accidentally kicked him, Lang, he's very like in a box to himself, whatever. He's actually been on here once, like for like a split second. He likes to keep to himself. Avery actually likes coming. So
okay, now let me ask you something. How do you know these guys? Are they related to you?
Everyone but Adonis is. They're my brothers.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
And to be fair, Adonis walks in slow motion, period. No matter what he's doing. You'll run into him at a comic shop and boom, there he is, just walking in slow motion. And you're like, damn, Adonis, like, how do you look so good just doing natural stuff? That's not even fair. Like, get out of here.
It's because his butt cheeks are constantly flexed.
It might be. He's just so naturally. He naturally just looks good at everything he does, and it's like, dude, so unfair.
There he is.
Man, we got you on two screens now.
That's Matt and Spirit.
Oh, gotcha.
Pouring out from Matt.
Well, I couldn't log in again on this computer, so I had to let myself in through the one that was already running, and then let myself in. So now I've got this stupid thing running on 2 goddamn computers.
You had to let your own self in.
I didn't want to text Matt again. Hey, send me the fucking code, please.
That's
great.
That's awesome. Okay, so
at least I didn't fucking fall asleep.
Who fell asleep? Corbin, did you fall asleep?
Why is it always me today, y'all? I'm a lot of things. I don't sleep through it. But no.
Last week, Matt had to have a nappy nap, and
we did
sorry,
9 o'clock.
You dozing off at 9 o'clock. Oh man, well that's a shame.
So Corbin, Chad, and I are sitting there at 7, waiting to get in, and we're texting him and messaging him, and he's just all of a sudden he wakes up at like 8:45. He's like, "Hey guys, just woke up. Sorry."
Going to roll? Still down to go? Yeah, fun guys.
Okay, so they're slow walking in slow motion on the court.
Boom, yeah, boom, they're Blazer. They're all coming in.
They're all there.
They're looking awesome. We're looking intimidated.
They're warming up with wrenches. They're just tossing wrenches at each other like freaking ninjas and just duck and dodge, dive, and
gosh, you guys.
and
Corbin's over there, and he's like, okay, I got to compete with my bros. I can't let them show me up. So he's over there working his pump fake.
Anyway, listen, the pump fake is integral to my success, y'all. Like, if I don't pump fake, I'm throwing that ball like 3 feet left and 2 feet high. Like, the pump fakes to freeze the guy and get myself right for the proper throw. Yeah,
I get it. I was like, Corbin, you can throw the ball if you want to. You don't just have to pump fake. You can throw it. That's fine.
You know what? When you get jerseys, that way you can be 99 pump faker.
That's right. One more and you get your set of steak knives. We're going to keep track of your pump fakes from now on, Corbin.
You got to be 69 pump faker.
69 pump
faker, 69. That is
or
That's my gamer tag now?
Hey, you got to get 69 pumps, man. You got to get that in. You don't want to be the one pump chump.
He wishes.
That's right. That's right.
You don't want to be the one pump dump chump. That's how it goes. One pump dump chump. You don't want to be that guy.
No, right. Rather
9 pumps in.
You guys, Lord, you're right. I got to get them all.
Anyway, so Corbin wasn't there that week. He wasn't here this week. He was out running errands. I don't know what he was doing, but he's probably watching. He's probably watching campaign strategies or something. But
wow,
he's real into the politics. He's always talking about it.
In fairness, at least you have showed up because I haven't even done that. I'm so busy I can't even do that.
Well, I just given him a hard time.
One pump chump.
Just give him a hard time. I really appreciate having Corbin. He brings his brothers and Adonis, and they always participate. They have a great time, and I hope they have a great time. We have a great time with them there. But we were running a smaller
miles away. I'd go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're running a bit smaller crew this week. There were 8 players, and so we had a lot of opportunity to get some stats logged. And I decided I was going to. I had been watching the footage, and I realized I was staying back, or I was running backwards a lot during the games, and I was like, it's not really working for me. Instead, I'm going to run up towards the ball rather than away. And so in this one play, the opposing player was coming towards me or towards one of my teammates, and I ran up towards him and then slid over as he was throwing the ball at my teammate. And I kind of jumped a little bit and caught the ball right between my knees. And
caught it with your schlong.
Caught it with my groin.
Cock fist.
Threw it back. You're out.
I wrapped it around like that guy from The Boys season 2. That's the part you don't get to see on camera. You can't see that on camera. It's a little.
It's when it hit him in the face that the guy was just like,
yeah.
Only for that.
But I caught it, and everyone went nuts. It was amazing. So if you want to catch footage, you can search my buddy, the co-founder of Triple D Dodgeball League. His name's Brian Newell. He makes the live streams public, so you can look it up on Facebook. And that particular moment is at time signature 3108. And you'll
I got it down. Okay.
Nice.
I have tagged the highlights in the comments, so if you can just click on them and it'll take you right to it.
So you're actually up here. You're up in like Phoenix area. You're not, because most of the rest of the crunchers down there in Tucson.
Well, yeah, might as well be. They're in Queen Creek. They live actually Santan Valley, which is right next to Queen Creek. So they're in Pinal County. I live in Mesa, and then we play dodgeball in Gilbert,
which is around my area.
Right. No, I thought all those guys were down in Tucson.
We went to Tucson Comic-Con one time.
No, the guys on Couch Crunchers.
Yeah, they're in Santan Valley. 3 of them are in Santan Valley.
Oh, all this time I totally thought they were in Tucson.
I mean, it feels like you're driving to Tucson to go to their houses. That's for sure.
Well, I'm in Maricopa, so
like legit Maricopa, not Maricopa County.
No, like legit Maricopa.
Man, I used to have to go down to court. So I'm a lawyer, and I used to have to go down to court in Maricopa, like on a bi-weekly basis. That was rough.
It's nice.
But it is a nice town. It's a nice town.
Yeah.
Lots of nice housing there.
Yeah. And affordable and quiet and
yeah,
I like it out here.
Yeah, I really like it too. It is a nice town. The only thing that I didn't like was to have to drive from Mesa down to Maricopa and then back within like an afternoon. It's nice to go and stay.
Yeah, when you have to do it like that for like a work or something like that, it sucks. But when you live here, you realize how it's really not that far a drive. But I drive all day for work and stuff. So, I mean, literally in 45 minutes, I can get almost anywhere or anything.
Well, anybody can get anywhere in 45 minutes.
Not me. I drive.
Yes, you can. All you have to do is drill straight through the crust of the earth, and it only takes 42 minutes to fall anywhere from any 2 points on the surface of the earth.
Well, I have to amend that. I get what Kyle's saying. You can. I drive at a very slow pace. So, like,
if you go in a direction and start within 45 minutes, it doesn't matter. Eventually, you'll be somewhere else.
Oh, wait.
I can make it to Kyle's in over to Kyle's in just under an hour, like 50, 55 minutes. Now,
fuck that.
Now, that wasn't doing the speed limit. I'm not gonna say that I was speeding because I may not have been, but it took a little longer.
Interesting.
Sometimes it does. So, Sam, how's Couch Crunchers doing?
Couch Crunchers is still crunching, man. We're still crunching along. This whole month of October, it's kind of just Lance and me running the show with maybe a guest or two. Max is on vacation, and he's Tyler, and he's like our Corbin. You know, he's hot and he's cold.
Everybody has to have a Corbin. Do you?
Yeah, Tyler.
So what are you guys talking about tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow night we are talking about the Netflix sequel series, Haunting of Bly Manor. That's going to be our main topic of discussion.
Oh my god, it's dreadful.
You didn't like it?
Did you actually like it? I didn't like it. I found it bland and boring and a very I'm not a slow burn guy. I'm not a put along guy. Just bloop, 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 bloop. I'm not that. I like it to be a little bit more
spicy.
Yes, and it just wasn't. It couldn't hold my attention.
It was like boiled cabbage. It was not spicy.
It's not spicy.
It was soggy.
Not bad. You don't want it all the time.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Hill House. Hill House was very, very good. I think it was probably the best thing Netflix put out in 2018. And so I had very high expectations for Bly Manor, and it wasn't scary. I thought it was it was a mysterious type of story, which I also appreciate.
It had that Blair Witch feel to it, where they just around wanted to be eerie.
Yeah, I mean, but without the jump scares, right?
Without the jump scares, but just like nothing jumped out and scared you. Yeah, it was like they gave you that mental thing.
Yeah, and I thought Hill House was very conservative and also very careful with the way that they did their jump scares, right? The things that jumped out and popped out at you in Hill House were never the bad things. It was always good things that were popping out, but you didn't realize they were good until the end of the show. So I thought that was a very interesting take on the old jump scare horror thing.
At the end, did they pull a mask off of the guy? Like, oh, you thought it was Mr. Johnson, but it's
you're thinking Scoob.
Was it like that at all?
Watching Scoob.
Did they say Zoinks at all in there, perchance?
Yeah.
They did say Zoinks.
Can they hide behind a light pole?
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing about Hill House. Is also a fun exercise. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm sure you have, but there is a ghost in every scene that takes place in Hill House. And the ghost rarely has any effect on the story. They're just hanging out back there in every freaking scene. And there are like super cuts you can find on YouTube of them counting all the ghosts. There's something like 60 or 70 ghosts just hanging on in the back.
71, 72, 73.
Ghost, the two ghosts. Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody asked me the other day. They
Well,
said, who's your favorite vampire? And I was like, obviously the one on Sesame Street. And they were like, no, that doesn't count. And I said, no, I assure you it does.
It does count. It counts like this: one vampire, two vampire. Yeah, for sure it counts.
So it should be a fun time tomorrow on Couch Crutchers.
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what Lance thinks about it. I don't know if anyone else is going to join us, but I had a good time and I have a lot to say about it. So I think it'd be a good time.
Well, I don't want you to spoil it here.
I never got into the Hill House stuff very much. I may have to venture back into that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mike Flanagan. He's a horror director, kind of an up-and-coming horror director, and he did Dr. Sleep right after he did Hill House, and then he came back and did Bly Manor. And the thing that he does is he like really ties the horrors that you see on screen, the supernatural stuff, with like a real world trauma, so that there's parallels between the ghostly experiences they're having in the house with the drug addiction or the abuse that they're suffering in real life.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives it a new spin. It's really neat.
Yeah, I do like and am familiar with that. It I don't know. For me, horror movies just don't scare me. They never really have.
Ooh, I'm a
when I was very young, I watched Jaws too much, and that scared me. So I don't go into oceans now. But
sharks will eat you. Fuck that.
Annabelle jacked me up. That is the only horror movie. Yeah, Annabelle, and then
that's
Annabelle,
the doll, right? From the Insidious movies.
From is that Insidious? No. Is that Insidious?
No.
Where the paranormal couple has the room with all the demon crap in it and all the haunted stuff, and yeah, she's that possessed doll. Yeah, The Conjuring. There it is. That's what.
Conjuring. Yeah. You're right. Conjuring.
And so the second one you should watch first and then watch the first one. They kind of did a George Lucas and went back and told the origin story second, and it kind of jacked it up. But those movies are creepy as hell. Like,
that doll is real, right? That doll is real.
Fuck that. It is not.
But it's not. It is. Nope. But it's not. It's not. It's a Raggedy Ann. It's a Raggedy Ann doll, though. And it was really because the Warrens are real people. They were real people. They both have passed away.
I know.
And recently that doll went missing from their collection.
Fuck that, dude! I don't want to hear any more shit.
And it's right behind you.
Yeah. So, odd little tidbit is a really good friend of mine that I grew up with. When her daughter was born, that's actually her daughter, the baby in the first one that they made. That's her daughter that is the baby in that one. So,
you know what movie scared me?
What?
Pumpkinhead.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh my!
that was
And
kind of a creepy one.
I was little when that one came out. Honestly, I'll be honest. I still haven't watched that whole fucking movie. All I can remember is when that little kid died and you see his glasses in the dirt road and shit after he got ran over.
Yeah.
And dude, that movie scared me forever, dude. I've never watched it since.
I guess when I was younger, I got over it, but when I was younger, Nightmare on Elm Street kind of jacked with me a little bit. That one was kind of a little jacked.
What about you,
movie.
Corbin? What's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
I love scary movies. So I don't know if I actually get scared. Final Destination, I guess, because I think about that way too much. Like, it wasn't scary per se, but like the application real world about like things that could possibly happen afterwards, just randomly, it bugs me. So I'd have to say that. Before that, The Lazarus Effect.
What's that one about?
This guy's wife dies and he brings her back to life. But then it turns out that he tapped like a supernatural entity. I think Childish Gambino's in it and a few others. I think I
did see that one.
Yeah, it was pretty good, I thought.
It was like it's a human pet cemetery story.
Yeah, exactly.
without the pet cemetery.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what it is?
You know what movie gave me nightmares was Saw.
Saw gave you nightmares?
So the first Saw, so I don't know what it was, but Newbie and I were living in this little cottage it was on this bunch of land. There was like 3 little cottages and there was like apartments. I've talked about it before. And above our bed was this window that was probably like, I don't know, 8 inches by 8 inches. And we watched Saw. And in the middle of the night, I'm standing on the bed and I'm trying to climb into that window, trying to get out.
Lord. Wow.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just trying to escape, man. This shit scared me. I was scared.
Yeah, so that was a little disturbing. Grizz just brought up The Howling, which I had forgotten about.
Nice.
And yeah, so American Werewolf in London. When I was really young and that came out, that one did jack with me. I totally forgot about it until Grizz just said The Howling. American Werewolf in London, I was pretty young, and that was a pretty... And we spent all of our summers on a farm in Nebraska, me and my sister. So, we'd go to Nebraska when that came out, and it just open field, and you're just like, all of a sudden you feel like the 2 guys walking in a, backpack through the field when he gets mauled, and you're just like, this is it. This is my time. I'm done.
You're all dead.
Go.
It's over. Yeah.
Children
of the Corn.
American Werewolf in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff to maul in Nebraska. Let me see. There's corn.
Corn. Children of the Corn after that.
Tractors. Dirt roads.
Maul that tractor. But there's a thing going on right now where a company will pay you $1,000 to watch 24 hours straight of horror movies.
I'm in.
Yeah.
How easy would that be? It would be great. What
movies? I'm in.
They didn't say which movies. They just said
which ones.
They're gonna be like B movies from like 1967.
Dude,
those are the good ones.
As long as they start with Killer Clowns from Outer Space and then they roll into The Gate, dude, we're on, dude. Let's do it.
The House
The Toxic
2.
Avenger.
Monster House.
There you go, Monster House.
Oh, dude.
Dude, you know what movies like freak you out? is like movies that aren't scary until they reach a certain moment, and then it's like you can't shake that moment. You know, Willy Wonka is one that always gets people where they're going in that scary tunnel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird.
In the scary tunnel, and there's like a chicken getting its head cut off. There's bugs like crawling all over. But I'm thinking of this movie that came out in the early 80s called Time Bandits with John Cleese.
Oh, that's such a good movie. I love that movie.
And right at the end, the main kid, his name's like Kevin or something, and there's this chunk of like charcoal sitting in the kitchen, and he's telling his dad, don't touch it, it's evil. But his dad touches it, and he just like explodes.
Yeah.
And all that's left is like his sneakers, and they're like smoking. And that freaked me out. I was like, what? That kid's dad is dead. He just got erased.
I told you not to touch the Lochnar.
And I was like, oh, man. And that stuck with me to this day.
Dad is dead, man. We can party. What do you want to do? No more school for me.
School's out.
God, Time Bandits. It's been a long time since I've seen Time Bandits. I think I own Time Bandits. I'm probably one of the few people in the world that owns it, but I'm almost positive I own it.
Yeah, well, you can watch that scene and get freaked out all over again.
Feel the love.
Your dad is dead, kid. Time to join the bandits.
That's a classic movie.
So, Corbin.
Yes.
There's some pretty exciting Spider-Man news that's come out recently.
Yes. I'm okay. Are we just gonna go straight into it?
We're doing it. We're doing Spider-Man. Let's do it.
So before you start, I just want to say the thumbnail that was made by Matt should have had our faces and all of those guys.
Yeah, like that. I thought that's what he was gonna do.
Right?
Like, it's the perfect set. 3 white guys and Corbin, right?
We shit the bed.
Corbin, you got to be Miles.
It's got to be. I mean, it had to happen. But
on a good note, I think Miles is probably the best Spider-Man out there.
Yeah, he's got the extra powers. He can go invisible.
Unpopular opinion. I'm not a fan of those powers.
What?
I get it. No, I know. I just feel like.
Hold on, I need ice for this.
Like, are you happy that like there's a new power set for his identity, or do you think like almost like Spider-Man 2099 has similar? I wish it was like Spider-Man 2099 where he has similar powers but like an additional feature. So like Spider-Man 2099 has the talons kind of grow out, or that's kind of his thing. The fangs, that's his additional feature. But for the most part, by and large, he's similar to Spider-Man. Where I feel like Miles has some of the same skills to the Spider-Man, obviously, but like it feels so out there to have the electric and the visible powers, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Okay,
I mean,
so
again, we're talking about
I totally
made up powers from spiders.
But on the same note, for how many years have they taken and made the same character and then tried to placate to a new generation, so they're making them, LGBYXZ whatever, and then making them a different race and making them, all these things. And for years, all we ever said was, why can't you make a new character that's super badass and not have to change already existing characters? Like you're placating and just recycling and vomiting stuff just to appease, and nobody's buying it.
And Bendis said, "Hold my beer,"
and he did, and he said, "Watch this! I'm gonna make a super kick-ass Spider-Man. I'm gonna take an existing character and I'm going to make him his own." And that's why I like some of his newer powers, and why I like that they made him his own, and made a strong, African American character that could speak to.
Is he from New York?
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
And And he speaks to so many people. Like he speaks to children and gets them involved. He speaks to, all these different generations. Like he works for all like he was the first one to come out and go, okay, like Kyle said, hold my beer, watch this. I'm gonna knock this one out the park. And he did. And I think it's awesome. So I get it's hard to swallow the new different powers, but I also really, really like that they listened and they finally made something new. They finally made his own character being an already character, if that makes sense.
No, it does. You convinced me. I didn't think about that, but when you're talking about Drew, I'm the same person going, can't we just get a character that stands on his, you said it, stands on his own merit and isn't an identity, but just like a literal character with, I agree. That's true. And so with that being said, I mean, going into the news that there's a rumor that Miles Morales will be introduced in the MCU with Spider-Man 3. Again, these are all rumors. You've had rumors about Tobey Maguire being in. What we do know is that if he is, then obviously Tom Holland and Zendaya will be there. Jamie Foxx will be reprising his role as Electro. Benedict Cumberbatch will be Doctor Strange.
So and what it looks like they're doing is they're smashing a bunch of shit into one movie.
I was going to say, doesn't it sound very similar to The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Like, I'm worried that it might go that same route where you had so many different storylines in one film, and then ultimately there was no clear direction, just kind of exploded, and it was like, we're done. And what a waste of Jamie Foxx to do that. Because I actually liked him in the last movie, and I feel he got tainted because of an overbloated roster of ideas that didn't come to fruition. So let's do that again.
Why make an autistic guy a villain? Why is that the play?
See, I get what you're saying. I thought that as far as his direction, I wouldn't have made him autistic. I mean, one was kind of rough, but also a sympathetic villain. I don't think that is where I was going with Electro. I feel like if you're going to do that, make Harry the sympathetic one. But instead, they made Harry a jerk. I didn't even care until he turned to the Goblin, and fine. And then Electro was so cheesy.
Also, his design as the Goblin was so gross.
I didn't like it.
You ride a snowboard? You're flying a snowboard. Dude, you're the green fucking Goblin, and you're riding a fucking snowboard?
Silver Surfer cousin?
Yeah. They didn't learn from Spider-Man 3. That it was for sure. But no, I guess you're right. That is something troubling about that. I didn't really look at. It's kind of weird that he's a villain because Spider-Man missed his birthday. Like, if you break down that sentence, it's so damn stupid.
I never thought about it like that. Holy shit! You're totally right. Harry Osborne, because he missed his fucking birthday.
Hey, and then Harry is Dude, and then Harry is like, "Yo, Spider-Man, I just met you, and this is crazy. But I need your blood, so save me." Oh, you won't? Oh, okay. Well, now I'm a villain too. Exactly. So, you're right. When you look at it, it was so paper thin. But I like Jamie Foxx as Electro. I didn't like him as Max Dillon. That was weird.
You missed my birthday.
He literally says that. Time for me. Wait, it was my birthday. Time for me to light my candles. I'm like,
final straw. What? I can take you killing my dad. I can take you blowing up my house. But God damn it, you missed my birthday. That's it. That's it.
You're my friend.
Now, you son of a bitch. It's all.
But they could have made him so much cooler.
Here's the deal. Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker and Jamie Foxx's Electro, they both stuttered. They're on the same team. They ride the same bus.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I didn't like his. I liked his Spider-Man. I did not like his Peter Parker. Thought he was too cool for school. Andrew Garfield.
Like he's always getting ready to start a rap, right?
With this fake Brooklyn accent that was just so teasing. But also, if you think about it, I like that Electro was there. He was a sad dude, then he was a villain, then he was knocked out, then he was back, then he was gone. If you put all those minutes together, it's 15 minutes of solid Electro time. When they even in the trailer, I liked how they had him phasing in and out from one space to the other. I was like, oh, we're really gonna dig into that, and then they did. He did something cool where he opened up a electric port and phased into it, and then that was it. Aside from that stupid birthday candle and electric analogy, and then he was out.
Nobody was here on my birthday.
Yeah,
Electro's sad.
And then that tooth thing where the electric fixes his teeth. Is there any scientific evidence that you could electrotherapy me into fixing a gap in my teeth, or is that just some cool?
Oh, I hope so. Look at this. Oh,
fucking Corbin's not
That
pulling
would be
any
amazing.
punches here.
I'm sorry. I'm
That
not.
would be
No,
amazing.
not today.
He's got this built-up aggression
Yeah,
for
he's
this
going
movie.
1-2, man.
Yeah.
You know he'd been practicing that rap for forever. That song.
That
Hey,
fucking
I just
dodgeball
met
is going
you.
straight
And
to
this
your
is
head.
crazy.
It's in my rotation this week, Sam.
That
All right.
dodgeball's
I'm
going to
glad
your
you
head.
warmed up. I'm glad you warmed up before the show. Did you hit some push-ups? Some jumping
man.
jacks? Man, you're
I
He's
was.
playing
I
dodgeball with other people.
Yeah.
came fired up today. I know. Carly Jenner. Was that her name? Carly Rae. I forgot. It doesn't matter.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
There you. Boom. There you go.
I don't know how I know that.
I was about to say you have to explain yourself. Now you can't.
Explain that.
I don't know. I know that. I just do.
I just do.
Meanwhile, on Pornhub. Oh.
Wow.
Is that Carly Rae?
Carly
Yeah,
Rae.
it is.
Hey, we should hang out.
So does it look like it's
I don't know
rumored it's
why.
going to be? They're introducing the multiverse. They're introducing Edge of Spider-Verse, and then they're introducing the storyline of. I'm drawing a blank. Goddamn, not a new day, but
Brand New Day? No.
the storyline after where they erase that everybody knew his identity.
I forgot. I thought that was Brand New Day. That wasn't Brand New Day. I'm getting mixed up now. Because he started back from normal. They had it all convoluted. And then, let me look that up. I'm pretty sure you're thinking Brand New Day Spider-Man.
I think so, and I think I'm just fucking brainstorming here.
I think so. Because Harry didn't. I just finished. Yeah, I didn't like that storyline at all. But Harry wasn't aware. No, you're right. It is Brand New Day. Or you're wrong. It is Brand New Day. Point being, it's Brand New Day. Yeah. It was after the One More Day storyline. And then there was Spider-Man Big Time.
No, One More Day is where he forgets.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing is One More Day.
I think
I think that's what they're going to, because what One More Day does is it takes away that whole Civil War stuff that everybody know who Spider-Man was. But in the process, he loses Mary Jane.
That is true. I mean,
Because that whole marriage and all that, they got married and all that stuff and all that.
She's somewhere different.
And it's like this weird, obscure, like memory feeling that he has.
True.
I don't know how they're going to play that as Tom Holland being a kid.
It wasn't really doing him any good. I mean, eventually you got to sober up. You kind of get to an age where you got to put the pipe down and say, all right, no more Mary Jane. I got to cut it out of my life. I got to grow up. I got to be a damn adult.
I got to get a job.
I can't.
Got to start drinking adult beverages.
I can't just leave slung webs all over the city anymore. I just can't swing through higher to tight.
He needs to keep a box of tissues with him while he's swinging so he can clean up after himself.
With the greatest of ease.
Wow. But does that seem like they're just jam packing the rumor that they're jam packing too much into one movie?
So yeah, I think so. I think my opinion is that the rumor mill is just packed right now. Like, people don't have anything to go off of, and so all these different things are getting thrown to a wall to see what sticks. I doubt half the stuff is being leaked as much as it's being purported.
But they have to do something that makes everybody forget.
Why don't they just make it a 4-hour movie? Let's just do 4 hours. I mean,
well, I hope they do it like Harry Potter and they just make it the last Harry Potter and they just make it 2 movies.
They might as
Part
well.
1 and part 2.
But like also,
one movie. You only have to pay the actors for one movie.
Hours.
But also, like, for me, it's just, if you're going to do that, that is going to take a bulk of the film. Resetting, the status quo of Spider-Man, right? And then you also have Electro as the antagonist in there. Where in goodness name are you going to find the time for Miles? At the very end as like to lead into the next movie? Because I don't think he'd be a partner alongside Spider-Man, because that's what Benedict Cumberbatch is for, reportedly, as Doctor Strange.
Hang on, man.
I figured that's how that was going to introduce all that. Was
Hear me out.
He was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out, Corbin.
All right.
Split screen. Miles Morales on the left.
2 movies at once.
Peter Parker on the right. Speakers on the left playing one soundtrack. Speakers on the right playing another.
Choose your own adventure.
Yes.
You just blew my mind, dude. Could you
your
imagine
polarized glasses? You can watch one movie with one eye, the other movie with the other eye.
So what it does is you watch one movie and it says, please look to your left. And then it continues Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man stops and goes, please look to your right. and then Miles starts.
What? Who? Yeah. Okay.
And while you're watching Miles, fight crime, Peter Parker is eating cereal. Fascinating.
So when you're watching Spider-Man, Miles is sleeping before school.
Yeah, exactly.
This is gonna
It's real time. It's like real life.
Oh
It's
my
like Big
god!
Brother.
These ideas, y'all.
Oh my god, dude.
I gotta write this down. I gotta find a notebook. Hang on.
We gotta trademark that shit. I think we're on to
Dear
something.
Sony, I got something you're gonna love.
You.
You're Sony.
Please listen to us.
Suck it. But
Suck
I have this really cool movie pitch. If you could just read this, I will take back my original first comment.
Dear Sony, please pay me thousands of dollars to write this movie.
By the way, be a really good time.
I will help you.
It'd be really cool to introduce Galactus and Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Silver
and you
Surfer-
can placate to this.
Silver
if
Surfer
not-
could be on a snowboard.
And
if
Superman
not-
too. Let's throw Superman in there too while we're at it.
And if you don't like
to
this
really mess with
idea,
Corbin. He hates mixed universe.
Wow. I
and
see.
if you
I
don't
like
like
my universe.
if you don't like this idea, please refer back to original line.
It's solid gold. Keep it going, guys. We're typing this up.
We're writing this movie. And then Spider-Man says, "Who are you?" And Miles goes, "Who are you?"
You're like me.
I'm Spider-Man. You can't be Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. No, I'm Spider-Man. No, I'm Spider-Man.
And it's just 6 pages of them saying I'm Spider-Man.
And then Garfield walks
Solid
in.
gold.
And Garfield goes,
I'm
"Who the hell are you guys?"
Spider-Man.
Wow.
Wow, that's right.
That'd be
So there
fun.
was
I'd
a
watch
That wow was right.
wow is right.
I'd totally go see that.
Dude, I don't go to the movie theater. I would go to the movie theater twice for that.
I would
Yeah, you would.
I would lick a bathroom door handle on the outside, not on the inside. And
Yeah, that's just gross.
and shake hands with the guy who made my popcorn and high five the ticket person to see that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God damn, that's awesome. God, hold on, everybody.
I need a cigarette.
We're gonna have a moment of silence, yes, for our awesome movie idea. Thank you.
That was
So they just announced that there's going to be a Static Shock movie.
Yes. Apparently Michael B. Jordan is going to be directing it or behind it.
All I know is if Brian shows up tonight, he's going to be like, "I'm rich, bitches." 'Cause
Yep.
we have been specking on that book for the last probably 7 years.
Yeah.
I hope it does better than his Naruto line of clothes.
Yeah, that crashed harder than Fantastic Four. Actually, no.
I hope it does better than his high-end Naruto clothing line.
Could you remember who originally they were going to have play Static Shock?
No. Who? Do you know?
Will Smith kid.
Jaden Smith.
Originally, like 5 years ago or 4 years ago when they were talking about it.
Well, thank
Oh,
goodness
when
for
they
that.
made After Earth instead?
Yes. But
Good choice.
Corbin,
That was a
tell us
great
about
choice.
that. Yes, he really picked the right one.
That was an awesome, boring ass movie.
Yeah, Static Shock by M. Night Shyamalan. We're going to love it.
Oh no.
Oh,
I remember being so excited for After Earth for no reason. Because looking back on it, I can't tell you why I thought that movie was gonna be good. But I was like, yes, it's gonna be great. And then I watched it and I've never been actually that's not true. I've been mad at a movie before. But like
now are you just lying to everybody now or what?
I just said actually, I'm correcting myself on air, sir.
Yeah,
But
get your
no.
story straight.
Actually, I just been lying for like the last minute.
No. I remember hating that movie after being so excited to watch it. Like I don't like what was one, Will Smith was in this horrible accent. I remember that quite vividly. Two, Jaden spent half the movie crying. 3.
Stop. You're missing the first offense, which is his name is Cypher Rage.
I didn't remember that. I don't remember any of their names. Really? That was his name?
Cypher Rage and Katai Rage.
Oh man!
Come on.
Well,
they should have passed on that movie right with those names. What's his name? Cypher Rage.
Cypher Rage. Wait,
we're gonna pass on this movie. We're not back in, dude. That's
a hard pass.
Sorry, M Night. Why don't you go back to We See Dead People?
Don't fucking make Dragon Ball Z and don't bomb that one.
But
no, he bombed Last Airbender.
Like
That's right.
Your kid looks great as a Karate Kid. You know, we'll take him for that.
They didn't even teach him karate. They taught him kung fu.
Well, I mean,
you mean we got Mr. Miyagi back? No, he's gone. He's dead.
No, he's dead now.
We're gonna bring in Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. Wait, does Jackie Chan know karate? Well, technically, it's kung fu.
Technically,
I do
drunken style.
I do think it's interesting that Michael B. Jordan can direct it, because I think that if
is
you
he directing or is he just producing?
Or producing, my fault. Directing, producing. I throw those around together. He's
money hungry.
But with him producing, I feel like there's an avenue for DC to build a whole new universe using a lot of the characters from Milestone Media, which is where Static Shock came from. That was the company that came off in the 90s and then joined with DC. And you would have Static Shock. They have Icon, who's a hero I think will be interesting. They have Cobalt, like people that the general public haven't heard of, that I think you can use Static Shock and the publicity that it has garnered into these other lesser known movies that could become DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, yes, if you're a comic reader, you know who those characters are, but the general at large do not. And then by having well done movies that are just spun off in their own separate universe, then you go, oh wow, and gain more fans that way. So that's my hope, that they can use that success possibly to spring off something like that.
Amen.
Thank you.
I'm speechless, dude. You fucking
you nailed it, man.
Yeah, well put.
Christ.
I appreciate it. Okay.
I hope we bring that kind of energy to dodgeball next week.
Listen, you just like last time when you light a fire into me, did I not show up the next week? Once you get on me a little bit, I know how to get up. I hate people when they do that to me. I'll be there.
Yeah, I was trying to use the carrot versus the stick, and it didn't work, man. I brought you
a stick. I know.
I brought you Wild Bills, and you were AWOL.
One second.
Oh. So, are you guys watching the new Walking Dead show, The World Beyond?
Oh, I hadn't heard about that. What is that?
So it's 2 episodes in.
Does it have necrophilia?
No, sir, it doesn't.
Okay, then no, I'm not watching
it. He's only interested in Walking Dead porn.
so it's about 4 kids that it seems like it's in between Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. It seems like it's somewhere in between where it's happening. It's these kids who have never been outside, and they decided they want to explore, and they sneak out of their compound and blah blah blah. You know what it is? It should be called The Walking Dead for WB.
Really, not bad.
It should be on WB. It's terrible.
Is it Warm Bodies? Is it like Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies.
You guys remember Warm Bodies, Romeo and Juliet with zombies?
Yeah, that was actually kind of one of the few.
That was a good flick. That was a good flick.
Too bad. That's kind of cute. I mean, and how often can you say that zombie movie was really cute? Like, you can't.
It was a cute zombie. Yeah,
that's
so cute. You're so cute.
And I may have enjoyed it because there was zombie kissing. I mean, it was the placation.
Oh man,
I'm just saying. Maybe not.
Do you go? Wait, so do you go to haunted houses to pick up on the ladies there? Is that what you're like? Hey, you're looking pretty decayed tonight. I like it. Look at all that extra decay. I love
the way your skin's falling off.
Hey, let me grab that skin flap for you.
What you doing later? I got some super glue. We can fix that face for a little bit.
You want me to get out the old needle and thread? We can stitch you right up.
Glue that cheek back on.
I could put on Monster Mash. We'd have a heck of a time.
It was a graveyard smash.
That's right. That's right. Your graveyard or mine, honey.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
We're talking about
All this in my head is
the new Walking Dead WB show.
Oh, the CW's Walking Dead.
Yes, the World Beyond is the CW's Walking Dead.
interesting.
But speaking of CW, I'm going to do a Matt transition. Speaking of CW, and on that note,
What does CW
well done.
stand for?
Well done.
Lance should be
CW.
excited.
You get a butterscotch for that one.
Your buddy Lance should be excited that Jensen Ackles is going to be on The Boys season 3.
Yeah, that's right. He's playing Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
I'm stoked, man. He needs to. Thank you, Mike. It was like Matt was there. He needs to break away from that supernatural role, and he needs to kind of get, because you know how many actors get stuck in that. That's the only thing you know for him.
Yeah.
Like dude that plays Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. There's nothing you're ever going to watch again. It doesn't matter how serious he is or what he's playing. You're going to be like, that's Sheldon Cooper. Sheldon Cooper.
I don't know. Did you watch?
And you're gonna go soft kitty, kitty, little ball of fur. That's just what you're gonna do.
That's
Yeah.
Is that Chad?
For that role, yeah.
That Muppet movie?
Mm.
Where they revealed in the end that it was Sheldon, that it was Mr. Cooper himself. And I was like, whoa, yeah, that was actually really cool.
I didn't know it was gonna be Sheldon Cooper. I don't know what you're talking about, but all right.
Yeah, there was that last Muppet movie that they made. They have a new Muppet that's in there, and he's lost, and he's doing the adventure shit.
Oh, right.
At the very end, they were like, the Muppet, you find out that Muppet is actually Sheldon.
That's right. They do a musical number where he's looking in the mirror and he sees the human version of himself, and it's Sheldon. Yeah,
right.
But exactly, see, you saw Sheldon. I think that's gonna be what poor Jensen's gonna be faced with.
Yeah, but
goddamn Winchester.
But who cares? Like, Dean Winchester's a badass, right? So
He is a badass.
if you're gonna be stuck being a badass for the rest of your life, who cares? It's like, is Chris Hemsworth going to sweat the fact that people call him Thor all the time? They associate him with being the god of thunder. Is he going to really be upset by that? No, of course not.
Does Hans Gruber give two craps if you call him Professor Snape? No. That's not how it works.
Fish?
Rest in peace. He's dead now, so rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, God rest. What was he?
Severus Snape. Our Galaxy Quest by Grabthar's hammer. He shall be avenged.
Or in Robin Hood, he
he was the sheriff.
What was he in?
Sheriff
What are you gonna do? Hit me with that fish? We went through 4 atoms before we figured that out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Sheriff
man.
of Nottingham. Dig his heart out with a spoon.
Why a spoon, cousin?
Yeah,
It's dull and it hurts more, you twit.
That's more, you twit.
Oh my God, this show's off the rails.
That's the best line out of that whole movie.
Now you sound like Matt.
It hurts more, you twit.
Now you become Matt.
No! Can I mute you or what?
Oh, wow. Now then you truly become him. Don't do that. I've done nothing wrong. No, I'm playing.
No, you haven't.
But yeah, what are we talking about now? You actually a little more efficient than that. You mowing through all these topics now.
I've gone through a little bit quick, so we'll get through this the other topic that Sam wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah,
The casting call that someone isn't going to be She-Hulk. Why don't you tell us about that?
Tatiana Maslany, the what was it, a week ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago? It's all over the internet that Tatiana Maslany, this actress from Orphan Black, was cast as She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. And she was going to star in the Disney Plus series for She-Hulk. And then this morning I get on my old Reddit and I'm scrolling through and it says, it was all a hoax. Don't know where that rumor came from, but it didn't come from me. It didn't come from my people. I'm not playing She-Hulk.
We've heard stuff like that before, and it ended up being true. They just didn't want to release it yet. Is that something that we're thinking that's what it is? It's just
My guess is she was probably in negotiations for the role, and it hadn't been confirmed yet. They hadn't signed the dotted line, and maybe somebody didn't like the offer that was being made by the other party, and so the deal probably fell through, and it was never confirmed by either Disney or Maslany's people, and so they had to come out and say no, it was all a rumor. But my guess is the deal probably broke down.
I was going to say, especially when it was picked up by folks like, Comic Book Nation and all sorts of stuff like that. That is, if not reputable, at least semi-reputable. You know what I mean? It wasn't exactly.
But don't we live in a society now where we can retweet?
Oh, we live in a society.
I mean, if Trump can retweet the shit from the Babylon site.
True.
Someone take that dumb shit's phone. Jesus, that guy.
True. Yeah, we could be in the
How awesome was that, though, dude?
Own worst enemy.
How awesome was
That's
Get off Twitter, fucker.
Right. We the people have spoken. You no longer get a Twitter account, dude. You're an idiot.
That's as political as I get, but I just shout out to the balls, man. Just you know what? I'm the president. And I'm gonna retweet I'm just gonna retweet made up onion type news. Fuck yeah! You gonna fucking stop me? No, you know who I am? I'm fucking DT.
Trump, bitches.
You know how many fucking billions I have, fucker? 400 million. Hey, fuck, that's nothing to me. I'm gonna retweet whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. A lot of that let's doing your research, man. Just doing your research.
All right, that's enough political talk. But it was hilarious to me.
That was odd news to me. I'll tell you that. I was like, wait, what?
It didn't surprise me.
I'm guessing I guess the negotiations just broke down.
Yeah, I figured someone just saw her walking out the door and be like, "Oh shit!"
It was all an elaborate ruse.
It was you all fell into my elaborate ploy.
Look at how many books we sold.
The old Tatiana Maslany got cast as She-Hulk ploy.
Yes.
How much
they fall for it every time?
How much have we netted? $22 million.
We shall make $1 million.
Who shall we toss at them next?
They'll eat it up like children.
Oh my god!
It's going to be the little girls from the Fuller House. Yes, yeah.
How much for the child?
They will all buy the books.
Holy fuck!
We'll be practically buried in the clicks. Just wait to see how many clicks there will be.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, so I guess we gotta take the opportunity to go ahead and fan cast She-Hulk now. I'll speak for Lance. He's gonna say Allison Brie. That was his choice.
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and nix that right now.
Yep. Sorry, Lance.
Sorry, Lance, dude, but you know what? You really shit the bed with that one.
Absolute Geek said wrong.
Yeah, that is an incorrect statement, sir.
So you have to ask him, like, tomorrow's show, when you start, you got to be like, hey, Absolute Geek said I'd ask you this question. Even though we already know the answer, be like, so who do you cast now?
Who do you want?
As soon as you give him that question, right when he opens his mouth and gets ready to just go, nope, wrong.
Nope, wrong.
No.
No,
It ain't Allison Brie. Sorry, no.
Geek said
She blew it
wrong.
when she did a Nissan commercial.
Oh, geez.
Right when he gets, well, no, wrong.
No. Yeah. You know who I think they should cast is Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, she'll do great.
Louise Ferrigno. I think Louise Ferrigno would be great.
Luis Ferrigno. I love it.
Luis Ferrigno gets my vote.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I don't know who could play her.
I have no idea. I don't.
The Green Giant's daughter.
If not her,
there's not really anyone in my mind that's famous.
Gina Carano.
That fits that. I mean, you're gonna have to get a no-name actor for this one. You're gonna have to go and hang out at Gold's Gym from
Gina
coast
Carano.
to coast to try
Ronda
and
Rousey.
No.
Mike from Grizzly Geeks says Olivia Wilde, but I'm gonna say no to that one too.
Who
no.
the hell is Olivia Wilde?
She's a good. I like her as an actress, just not in that. Michelle Rodriguez.
She sounds wild.
Is she the chick from Fast and Furious?
Yes,
One of.
Dude, she's like 65 years old now.
She's pretty
she's
old,
40.
yeah.
She's 40, and also,
No, she's not.
yeah, she is.
No, she's older. She's like 65, dude.
All right, Grizz.
She's not
Uh,
65. She's not 65, but
She's older than 40.
she
Let me see. So Miss Rodriguez.
she might be a little older
she's
than
42.
Yeah, she's a little older than
Child. I still think she's someone I could see doing it. At least statue-wise.
I could. She might be one of the better options I've heard, but no.
Thanks.
Caitlyn Jenner.
That came to my mind. Decided not to that you did.
I want that chick from Riverdale to do it.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, the brunette, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
no.
Veronica.
Yes.
Can't do it.
Veronica.
You can't like yours.
I think she would.
Yeah.
I think she would kick. Like I think she would fit it well. I think she would do well.
Isn't she in a lawyer show already?
She can do 2 shows. I got faith in her.
No, I mean,
Wait,
Jennifer
wait.
Walters is a lawyer, right?
Which one?
I don't
is
know. I only
Veronica?
see her in that deodorant commercial. So I don't know.
Yeah, she's very good in that yogurt commercial.
Oh,
Deodorant.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, deodorant. She could do yogurt too. She could do whatever she wants.
You're right.
Why are you
She's
trying to
very,
limit her career
she's a
options?
very diverse actress. She
Yeah,
can do
she can hot-
yogurt,
She can have yogurt, deodorant,
rental
She-Hulk,
cars.
Archie comics, whatever. She's got it all.
She wants to do Nissan commercials. It doesn't matter.
The toughest part is you got to find someone with that body structure, and that body structure is a hard fit because they're very, very fit. They're very muscular, but they're not like beefcake muscular. You know, like beefcake. You know, they're not like the big, oversized, just round strength. They're like
All right,
that
I'm gonna-
very tone, very, very.
What
tone
about
muscle.
Alexandra Daddario to that end? Alexandra
Who's that?
Daddario from Baywatch, the Baywatch movie with The Rock. She was also in True Detective.
No. Can't act.
Dark hair, blue eyes.
Queen Latifah. Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. Man, you got like a granny thing going here, Corbin. What's up with that?
Betty White.
Betty White.
Mm-hmm.
Kirstie Alley.
What?
This took a dark old turn.
Shelley Long,
I think
Rhea
we have to
Perlman.
Find someone younger and really
Rick
fit
Blake.
and-
No, they should have what's her name from Modern Family do it.
Wait, no, Sibade.
Yes, Sam. Yes.
Gabourey Sibiday.
There you go. That's what I want.
There you go. There's Corbin's answer. That's Corbin's answer to everything. Gabourey. Give me Gabourey.
If I can't get her, I don't want a She-Hulk. That's how I look at it.
Her, no She-Hulk. It's over.
Just chat. Think about it. It will work. And if you don't know who she is, then it'll definitely.
Yeah.
Gabourey. Corbin's calling out last week's show on Couch Crunchers.
I say fuck it. Let's just put a wig on Arnie and let him have a go.
Hey, that's what I was saying. Louise Ferrigno.
Let's put a wig on Arnie.
Hi, I'm Louise.
Here's the good news. You can cast whoever you want as Jennifer Walters, and then you can deep fake their face onto some bodybuilder's body.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have
she's
to.
on the Masked Singer, so she's a little busy right now.
I don't know how they're gonna do it.
They're gonna use deep fakes. Promise you.
It's gonna be
heard it here
fucking
first.
I'd hate to see him CG a bunch of shit, but I don't know. Maybe it worked.
Deep fakes are actually pretty cheap these days. They wouldn't even cost that much.
What is that?
It's like a filter where you can put anybody's face on anybody else's face. They do it all the time.
This show needs that.
They did a deep fake with Step Brothers. You guys remember Step Brothers with Will Ferrell?
Oh, they did it with Sylvester Stallone, huh?
Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I've seen this movie. It's called Face Off.
No, I saw that actually today or yesterday on Facebook. That the Arnie and Sylvester.
And it looks freaking good, right?
Yeah.
They replaced John C. Reilly with Sylvester Stallone, and then they put Arnie's face on Will Ferrell's body, and it actually worked pretty well. You know, it's the scene where they're like, "Who is the man that you would sleep with?" And they're like, "John Stamos." Like, oh, okay. Did we just become best friends?
Raptors. 1, 2, 3, Raptor.
So they could literally cast anybody and then have a stunt bodybuilder for the She-Hulk, and then just deep fake filter their face, and then if they've got Disney money behind the deep fakes, it's going to be good.
Now, is it really called D-Face?
Deep fake.
Deep fake.
Oh, okay. I thought
Deep face.
D-Face. And I'm like, who the fuck's named that D-Face? Like,
You got the deep face, motherfucker.
I'm gonna give you the D-Face, asshole.
Yeah, give me the deep face. It's like the Joker peeling his face off and giving it to Corbin for a souvenir.
I figured the deep face would be more like if when you came on to. It'd be Chad's favorite video of when you're at a Comic-Con on video and Scarlett Johansson's on.
I did enjoy that.
I think I missed that one.
Missed that episode.
You missed that episode? Oh, man. Oh, wait. We deleted that. Oh, no. That was the one that was before that. That was the one that Brian came. We were talking about Scarlett Johansson in private meetings with like at Comic-Con. So now because of COVID and everything, so you got this room and you're in the panel and blah blah blah, and so someone in one of the rooms, Scarlett Johansson comes on and there's a guy in there choking himself with a belt, jerking off.
They pay for the one-on-one of the you get 3 minutes for $50 to Dr. Scarlett Johansson, and she comes on. You're like,
that sounds like a Shia LaBeouf art piece. Sounds like something Shia LaBeouf would put together.
Do it. And then Brian comes on later on, and he goes, "Yeah, on the top 10 on the other channel at CBSI and everything, we logged in. I was like, hey, check out our other podcast, look at my friends and stuff." And the first thing that goes through my head is, oh my God, I can just imagine that he tapped in live stream onto our stream, shared it, and there's Kyle over there choking himself with a belt, jerking off.
Autoerotic
And
asphyxiation.
Brian's just going, "Oh my god!"
He's trying to plug Absolute Geek, and
He's trying to plug Absolute Geek to his mom. He's like, "Oh, Mom, they're good guys. You'll love it. Just check them out real quick." And then he puts them on, and he's like,
this is the wrong show.
I don't think this is the right one. I must have typed something in.
That's not the show I was thinking of. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mom. That's the wrong one. On second thought, don't check them out. Don't check them out at all. Sorry.
Actually, yeah, it was a bad day.
Just go ahead and just exit out of your browser. Don't even worry about it.
I think that's a virus. That was a virus. I'm pretty sure that's one of those porn viruses. Sorry about that.
Here, you need to turn your computer off.
Clear history. How do you clear history on one of these?
Let me just go ahead and wipe.
How do you get rid of those cookies?
Yeah, it was one of the shows that we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed some more. And then when Brian came and said, "Oh yeah, we were watching you guys for a while," and that went through my head. I was just like, "Oh man." And after that, it was just all I could do was laugh. I was in tears.
One of my favorite episodes is that face that Sam made when we first got Caucasaurus.
I was just going to say that. I was like, the last time I was on was the appearance of Caucasaurus Rex.
Like, oh, fuck. Like, you're like, God damn, what did I sign up for?
I was like, oh, shit, this is going to get to the Bar Association. I just know it.
So I was like, okay, this episode, I'm not going to do anything like that, but I just did, so fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'm not asking my mom to come watch this one. I guarantee it.
Or the Bar Association.
Yeah.
I tell people from work and stuff because I go around and I do service calls. And I tell people, hey, you should check out podcasts and stuff. And I tell them some of the other ones. And I'm like, but I'm on this one every Friday. And it's super fun. We laugh really hard. But if you are easily offended, don't watch this show. Like, I promise you're going to have a good time. But
you're going to have to increase your sin tolerance a little bit.
You might want to, you're okay, right?
You're going to have to dial up the discretion dial to an 11 and just let everything in, Just let it all happen.
Yeah.
I was listening to some more right-wing podcasts this weekend, and I was like, and I was watching them and listening, and I was doing stuff, but I was listening to it, and I was like, is this what people really want to hear? And I was like, no, people want to see this. People don't like serious. That's why we're so famous, because people want jokes and dick and fart jokes.
They want to see Kyle choke jerking himself.
Who doesn't?
In front of his art collection.
And then hear it back on playback. Because it sounds very vivid. I'll just tell you that right now.
Well, Wookie is talking about necrophilia.
And this is all while I'm blasting my car through my Oscord driving to work in the morning. Pull out.
Yeah, you're carpooling with Penelope from the library, and she's like, "What are we listening to, Corbin? Oh my God, what is this? Oh goodness,
these are my friends. Oh gosh,
No, he doesn't call us friends to Penelope. He says, "These are my associates."
These are just people I associate with on Friday nights.
We just happen to meet on Friday nights. I'm really doing it, I lost the bet 2 years ago.
That's why they call me Comic Book Barbarian on this show.
Honestly, I'm changing that name. It would be one thing if so I did a video, right? And I had one up last week. And so my brother was on YouTube and just happened to watch. He goes, "You're on YouTube? What the heck of a name is Comic Book Barbarian?" He's 7. I was like, you know what? Don't look at me again. Don't talk to me. I get this abuse outside the house. Yeah,
Carter, and then he calls me up and he's like, "You told me it was a good name, Sam. You said Comic Book Barbarian work with the ladies."
Exactly.
Lying to me.
With the ladies, all right? I'm getting mocked here at home. I get mocked over everywhere else. He's the comic book barbarian. And I'm gonna be like, what's funny about Max? What's funny? So yeah, that's why you see I dropped it for my name today. This is Corbin, wasn't
What? You dropped it?
Oh no, I'm not like forever. Just to
Corbin.
Just for
You
my
gotta
brother's
own it, man. You just gotta own it. Like we still call ourselves couch crunchers. You just gotta own it.
That's true. Okay, that's true.
Hey, dude, Matt has to look at himself every day, so just remember.
Oh Lord, you're right. So you guys cheer me up. Look at that. I'll tell you how. Oh man. Anyway,
I once kicked a guy in the balls on national TV, and I just had to own that. I had to own that shit, man. You just
That is
gotta
the
do
best story ever.
like it happened, and you're just like, wow, just gotta bounce back.
Yeah.
You ever heard that story,
That's it.
Chad?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh my God, condense that story down, Sam.
Okay, so back in 2011, I was in love with this brand new show called American Ninja Warrior, and I wanted to try out for it. So I sent in an audition tape, and I got called into the show. It was on this obscure cable network called G4. Don't know if you guys remember that one, but
no, I remember the show.
yeah. And so I got called in. They had 300 competitors, and we all went to Venice Beach, and we signed up, and they told me I was going to be running at 9 a.m. I had to be there by 7 to check in and get my number. And so I was number 40. And the guy in front of me in line, number 39, his name was The Horse. And The Horse. The Horse, yeah.
Okay.
You can find him on YouTube under the name Nasty the Horse. And what he's famous for is he is the self-proclaimed king of nutshots. Mm. And he turns around to me in line and he's like, hey, man, I need a big favor. And I was like, honestly, it depends on the favor. He's like, well, I had a guy who's going to come kick me in the balls, but he bailed, and now I need you to do it.
Kick me in the Jimmy.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to be honest, man. That doesn't sound like much of a favor.
I'm sorry. You have the wrong guy.
And he's like, no, seriously. He's like, I'm the king of nutshots. It's my gimmick. And the only way I'm going to get on TV is if someone kicks me in the balls. And I need you to be that guy.
I'm picturing you.
Can you be that guy?
Like, as soon as you kick him in the balls, he's like,
and so I'm like, hang on, man. First off, was there like a contest between all the nutshot pretenders and you beat them all out? You took the most shots, and that's why you're the king? Like, who crowned you king?
Right.
And I didn't want to think about that too much. So I was like, okay, well, is there a downside to this? And I couldn't really think of any. So I was like, all right, look, we'll do this.
Downsides. Well, I can't think of one other than the judges over there watching me about to kick this guy in the Jimmy.
Well, they didn't care.
They're like, hey, we might not want to have that guy on the show. Look,
they don't care.
Kick one other dude.
They don't care, man. They just want to have something entertaining, something happening.
Give them the
something different.
Well, kicking is always entertaining.
It's always fun. It's always a good time. And so we're standing around, and then this gal shows up, and she's, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Sarah Jean Underwood. You don't have just do this if you've heard of Sarah Jean Underwood. But she was a Playboy playmate, and then she was working on G4 as like a correspondent. And so she comes up, and she's this tiny little blonde girl, and she's like, "Oh, Horace, I didn't know you were here. Let me kick you in the balls real quick." And he's like, "Hell yeah!" And so he drops his drawers right there, and he's standing there.
Whoa, wait a minute.
He's standing there. He takes his shorts off, and he's standing there in his dirty underwear. And it is dirty. Like, he rubbed it in the dirt, and
I thought it
looked like he had like some scat problems earlier, and he's just and she lets him have it, and she's like, "Oh, that was so fun!" And we're like, "Do it again, kick him again." And so she kicks him a couple more times, and then she's like, "Oh, that was so great!" She gives him a hug, and off she goes, right? And I was like, "Okay, well, he finally found somebody to kick him in the balls. I guess I don't have to do it." And we get up to the starting line, and he's like, "Okay, let's do it." I was like, "What about the girl?" He's like, oh, that was for a different show. That was for Attack of the Show. We got to do it for Ninja Warrior. I was like, okay, well, production, I guess. Here we go. And he goes, by the way, she kicked me in the right. Could you make sure and kick me in the left?
Wow.
And I'm like, what? My left or your left? And he's gone, right? He's just off. He's off to the races, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go my left. I don't know. And so I lean left and I kick him, and he's like, oh, do it again. I'm like, what? He's like, you missed. You kicked my thigh. Kick me in the balls, man. I was like, oh, okay. And so try again. Wham! Oh, do it again. Oh, okay. Wham! Do it again. I was like, oh my gosh. All right. Enough of this leaning left stuff. I'm just going straight up the middle. And so I was like a part-time punter on my football team in high school.
Oh no.
And so I pretended that I was just punting the football as hard as I could. And I freaking let it have it, dude. I let him have it.
Right up the gut.
And he goes, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
And so he goes trotting off to the starting line, and the camera guy turns around and he's like, wait, did you guys already do it?
He didn't.
He's like, I wasn't filming.
Wow.
You got to do it again. And so he comes trotting back. You know, he's already in pain. He comes trotting back, and I let him have it for the fifth and final time. I freaking tattooed my shoelaces on this guy's gooch.
For the final time.
And he goes off to the starting line, and he does the course, and he actually does pretty decent. He made it through four of the 6 obstacles, and he failed on the 5th one. The 5th one was like these giant monkey bars, and you were supposed to like jump between the monkey bars, and underneath you there was this big pool of water, and they had this like metal scaffolding that was holding the pool of water in. And as he was landing on the last bar, he kind of took a misstep when he'd landed on the side of the pool.
He fell down and racked himself, didn't he?
Well, he like stepped backwards. He stepped backwards and his toe dipped in the water. And he's like, oh, man. Well, he freaking jumps and he spread eagles and racks himself on the scaffolding and then dives into the water. And that was it. So then I was next, right? I'm the next.
They are dying right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Oh man.
Well, I was next, and so I get up there and I'm like, okay,
No pressure.
that was a good icebreaker, ready to get on this course. But my freaking foot was numb from kicking him so many times.
Iron nuts.
And so when I get up there, my foot is like dragging, and it just like tips the surface of the water on the first obstacle, and I was out.
Oh,
there are actually 2 downsides to kicking a guy in the nuts on American Ninja Warrior. So the first is your foot will get numb. The second is you're wearing tennis shoes. If you're ever going to kick a guy in the balls, you should wear something with a hard toe, because if you're wearing tennis shoes, you feel every contour of that dude's balls.
oh.
And it's not pleasant, dude. Like every time I kicked him, I could feel it like pressing down, right? And it's like, I'm like, oh, I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I was so sick of it. I was like, oh man, I cannot take this anymore.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what happened the first time I was on Ninja Warrior. The guy after me, there was a sumo wrestler after me. His name was Americus Abasamas. If you've seen anything with like a big sumo wrestler type guy, he's usually that guy. And he got up and he hit the first step on the first obstacle, and he fell into the water, and he pushed so much water out because he's like 400, 500 pounds, and he pushed all this water up onto the platforms and soaked them. The next 50 contestants all slipped on the water that he pushed on the obstacle. I was the last person to get a fair run at the obstacles.
That's a shame. They didn't even try. I guess you try it.
So you work at Punt and Balls Law Firm? Is that that's the name of your? Where do you work? Punt and Balls.
Oh man, no, but that is my courtroom demeanor. Is if you mess with me, I will kick you in the balls, and I only wear hard toe shoes when I'm in court.
You've learned your lesson.
That's right.
I gotta go into court. Kick me in the Jimmy. Wow, that is a special story.
It is.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's worth hearing more than once.
That is not one that you are going to hear from just anybody. Like that's not that is not like your everyday conversation. That's awesome.
All right, I do want to shout out Father Thanos in the chat. He is Brian. He and I started Triple D Dodgeball League. And
That's the guy who wanted to do it in June.
Yeah, he's the guy that wanted to do it in June. So let him have it.
The fuck were you thinking, Father Thanos? Let's do dodgeball in June in Arizona. Come on, dude. You know better than this, man.
The sun doesn't even go down till 10 o'clock, right?
Right. It doesn't even cool down in June.
Are you from Canada? We should.
I don't care if you're an HVA tech. I used to work construction too. Hot is fucking hot.
Hey, yeah, he says to grow a pair, but be careful. If you grow a pair, I'm going to kick him with my hard-toed shoes.
Right.
I'm just going to cover him up right now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Brian is backstage. We're going to have him do the hot 10 real quick and jump on. So I have to run to my other computer so I can let him in. So you guys can.
Going to do the hot 10.
If you do want to see the clip,
awesome story,
if you do want to see the clip, I will put it in the chat for you guys.
Did they show on the TV show? Did they show you kicking him in the gym? Because didn't they have little runs where the pre-trials and kind of like they did show it. Because if I remember correctly, they showed like the pre-stuff of people trying out to get on.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna
go take a piss real quick. I'll be right back.
What's up, bro?
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that clip. Like,
you can find it, right, Sam?
I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.
Yeah, that's
dude.
Awesome.
Just can you share your screen and just play it?
Oh, let me put it in the chat. I'm not very good at that, honestly.
Neither am I.
The same.
All right, I just put the link in the chat.
I don't have two screens, so.
Yeah, like 3 different computers in there. What you talking about?
Yeah, my other computer's across the room.
Oh, okay.
All right. So if you want the link, it's now in the chat. Feel free to look it up.
It's in the YouTube chat?
Yeah, it's in the YouTube chat.
Sweet. So, again, everybody, go watch Couch Crunchers tomorrow night. I'm going to be in the chat. I am. All right, James, we're going to start all over because he missed it.
You did miss it, man. I'm in tears over here.
It's Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast.
I'm solo
7:30 p.m. in Phoenix, Arizona.
I'm solo Woogie.
Oh my god!
That's
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
So before Brian gets started, tell her, you guys all, I'm going to be in the chat tomorrow because I've actually watched what they're going to talk about, unlike the last time I went on. But I'm going to be in the chat, so everybody join me in the chat so we can all have a great time in their chat.
Thanks.
What time tomorrow night? It's what?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. tomorrow night, Saturday night. I'll be there fucking around, having fun, making fun of Lance.
Lance loves it. He's a good sport, too. Everyone can come take a jab at him. He's a good sport about it.
It's a lot of fun to be in the Couch Crusher chat. We have a great time in there. So I'll be there. So please, some of you guys show up.
We'll try.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Kyle.
And on that note, Brian, fucking give us the hot 10. Unless you want to talk about something.
No, definitely. We'll get right to the hot 10. How's everybody doing?
Oh, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
I have Matt's screen up in memory of him.
Terrible.
So
All
it's
right.
like he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Hey, what I miss you?
All right. Let me see here. You got to share my screen there, Kyle. So you're gonna have to run back, unless you can
Okay.
do it.
No, I got to run back. Hold on.
Man, these computers. You think that they would be easy to use these days?
Somebody should invent one of these to make them simple.
Fucking hey, man.
If only there was a way.
What'd you guys talk about tonight so far?
Well,
man.
that's a great
Yeah,
question.
That's a great.
Talk about Dodgeball, Ninja Warrior, Corbin's
Milestone
dating life
Media.
with Penelope at the library.
Oh, that was y'all.
Hi, I'm Matt. I have joined the Absolute Geek Podcast. I'm going to transition now. Oh, look, we're doing the Hot 10.
Oh my god.
That's a great Matt impression.
Thank you. I work on it very hard.
First, honorable mention this week is Flaming Love #4. This sold for $810 this week. How many of you would think that this?
Comic book.
How many of you would think this comic would sell for $810?
I wouldn't think that. I'm Matt.
It's it's a
I definitely
gold,
would.
it's obviously golden age with that 10 center on there, but I mean that's got to be like 40s. She's
Yeah, when
not
did that come
dressed,
out? How
but
old
she's
is that?
definitely red dress.
It's 50s. It's 50s.
Is it early 50s?
I think it's 50s. Yeah.
Wow.
Is romance coming back? Like romance books? have
Anything
not been-
golden age.
Yeah.
I
Anything
feel like I
golden
saw that
age.
on. Yeah, that's wow.
For how much? 1,500?
800, you said.
810.
That's insane.
But how many of you thought when you first saw it, and I told you that, went, holy shit, for a photo cover went for that much? Because
Man.
I'm old school. I see photo cover and I'm like, I don't want it. I buy comics for the art, not the photo
Yeah.
cover.
The
Yes.
actual artwork.
Especially Golden Age comics.
Yes.
So
yes.
is there something in it, or is there something?
No, it's just
about it?
this honorable mention is usually just here just to show you how the crazy prices that golden age books can get. And here is a perfect example of a book you would think wouldn't sell for anything getting $810. You know, rarity. Wow. It's weird. It really is weird. It's so
Does it say condition at all?
No, I don't know that, but it looks pretty damn good. I don't know if that's the book.
It looks
or not,
like a decent book, yeah.
This next one is a gorgeous cover. This is Grim Tales of Terror from 2014, #2, the Michael Dooney variant. Really cool cover. It's got, Indiana Jones feel. You got to love that skeleton copping a feel. This is like a $50 to $60 book right now. It's just a crazy book to see going for that much. And it's a really cool cover. I really like that cover.
I've never got into buying the Grim Tales books.
That's one of the reasons that Ben said. He was like, it was just weird to see it was going for that much.
And they have cool covers, and they have very provocative covers, but I've just never got into buying them. Like, there's a big market for it. I just never got into buying them.
Yeah. All right. This next one is one of the dopest fucking covers I've seen in a long time. And I'm really glad I get to talk and geek out with this with Chad, because I'm sure he's geeked out with it already on Dark Side. If not, you guys need to geek out of this, because this Inhuck Lee cover is gorgeous. That lightning, Inhuck Lee is so good at lighting effects, and that Vader in the lightning with that, even the tagline at the top, the Emperor's face. This isn't even an incentive or anything. This is just a regular cover, right, Chad?
Oh, that's cover A, yeah.
I mean, and it's going
When
for
did
like
that come out?
$15. It came out this last week, right?
Yep.
Oh, that was that
Jeez.
quick? Whoa.
Yeah.
$15 it's going for right now.
I did not see that in the comic book store. I probably would have picked it up.
The Vader run is super hot. It's a super good story, and
Cameo.
Damn, I sold all my Vader books to somebody.
do yourself a favor and
Oh,
tune
no.
in to Tales from the Dark Side, and you'll find out even more about Darth Vader run.
Seamless plug. I love it.
Shameless
And
plug.
not only that, this book has a cameo or first appearance or whatever you want to call it in it of a new character, a new Sith character, right? And so that's
Darth
even
Balls.
better. I mean, only thing that this book is missing is the variant. If this was the 1 in 25, this would be a $500 9.8 all out right out the gate. I mean,
and the variant, if I'm not mistaken, is another one of the Dagobah covers.
like, what the fuck? Those covers suck. Those covers suck.
Covers. Oh,
Fuck no, those compared to this, bro.
Yeah, that cover's badass.
Yeah, I'm about to
Like,
say,
why didn't they could have created so much hype with this issue if they made this the variant and then don't even make the Dagobah cover, just make another cool cover with her on it. You know, put that.
Yeah, but they're doing a full run of those. And my guess is because of the way they've been doing the Darth Vader run, they're probably going to do her on a second printing cover.
That's a good point.
Number 9 is Walking Dead, this deluxe version that is like one per store, I guess.
That's
this
the gold.
Like,
that's the gold That's the gold print, right?
Yeah, the
gold version.
Yeah, the gold version, one per store. It's going for like 75 to 100, I guess, right now. You know, same type of thing you did with Negan, but you know, whatever.
I'll be honest, I don't like it in color.
That's kind of weird to me that they're really milking this cow. I think they probably said, "Hey, we have a new show coming out, and we don't have any good comic content. We need to."
It's not a good show anyway.
The new kid show isn't good.
We talked about it. It's the CW of The Walking Dead.
Bummer. Yeah. All right, number 8 is a gorgeous cover that I would not say was gorgeous when it came out because I do not like these design variants.
God, I don't either.
And this is a 1 in 50 Alex Ross. Reason I like this one now is
it doesn't
because
even look like an Alex Ross.
That's why I like it, because it's the Alex Ross sketch. If you guys remember old school Marvel or old school Wizard magazines, they used to, whenever Alex Ross had a new project coming, they would release all his sketch work of when he's coming up. Yeah, when he's coming up with the new character designs, and this was a new character design, and this is his sketch from that. And you can see that right away if you're like people that are like really into Alex Ross. But you're right. That's the first thing a lot of people say, that the reason that this didn't sell when it came out, even though it was a 1 in 50, but people didn't talk about it when it came out. I've heard Ben Stein said a lot of people have told him that they sold this book for $10. It's $100 book raw right now.
It's because it doesn't have that Alex Ross like paint feel and that close up that he, how he does the close up of the characters.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have that Alex Ross feel what you're used to seeing. Yes.
And not only that, this is a first appearance of this new Nadia Van Dyne, Nadia Pym character, I guess. The new Wasp, as the Wasp. And so it's getting a lot of love for that too. So $100 raw. I mean, this might be a crazy book in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? Number 7 is this book that I totally thought was Brian Boland. And when I thought it was Brian Boland, I thought it was shit Brian Boland, but it's Jason Fabok. So that means it's, I don't know. Now that I think it's Fabok, I'm like, it's a little bit better. But that shark, the shark's cool, but I don't like that Joker. It's just a little too much.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And so this is the 1 in 25 or 1 in 50 second print variant.
Yeah, the 1 in 25 second print, which a lot of speculators are playing the play on this, that it's a second print 1 in 25, which means that there's not going to be very many of them because it's a second print. And if there's not very many of the regular, the 1 in 25 will be even more rare. Well, in my opinion, it's a second print of 3 Jokers #1. You don't think they're going to print a fuck ton of these?
Right.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly liked the color version of this better. It plays better.
I disagree. I think the only reason this cover is at all any good is because of the black and white shark.
Yeah,
the teeth look good. Yeah, but this is a $50 plus book right now, which is kind of sad. It should be more. Number 6 is a book I love. I love this new 52 run. I loved Batman. I loved Flash. I loved Green Lantern. I loved Justice League. I loved all. This was one of my favorite times in comics.
Remember, we were stockpiling on these combo packs, Brian.
Yeah. And these combo packs are starting to sell for a shit ton of money. This is Justice League number 31, the combo pack variant. Now, these combo packs are really hard to get. A lot of people didn't even order any of them at first, so it made it even harder to get. They were in a poly bag, which made them really, really hard to get in high grade. And some of them have really good first appearances. This is the first full appearance of Jessica Cruz. And everybody heard the news that the HBO Max is doing the Green Lantern Corps show. So Jessica Cruz shit is going crazy. And this is a $300 raw book right now.
Fucking insane. I'm digging through my collection.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, just, keep an eye out for those comic packs. It doesn't matter what they are.
We were buying up those every time it didn't matter what it was. Remember, if it said combo pack, we bought it.
I guarantee you that if there is combo pack books in your collection, if not in the collection that you sold to Chad, I guarantee it. Because we were buying them like crazy. It didn't matter condition, because we would find them at flea markets because they were also able to get them combo packs. That's where they were the newsstand variants also.
There may be one or two of those in this. I just went through the Justice.
We were buying those combo packs like there was no tomorrow. If we seen it, we bought it.
Yep. Number 5 this week is We Live #1, the Dustin Nguyen 1 in 15 variant. Wow. $35 to $40. New this week, another Aftershock book that people seem to want. But other than that, I don't know why this book is selling for that much.
Just because everyone's grabbing for whatever they fucking can.
Yeah. Number 4 is a fucking gorgeous cover that I do not own, that I wish I owned a high grade copy. It's not of incentive variant. It's the Miles Morales Spider-Man number 13 Raza variant, which was like I think it was like a B cover or something, but they call it the 2020 variant. It was
badass.
It's just a dope cover, and it was a $25 book raw. Now it's a $60 raw book. It's also the first appearance of his sister, and it's getting a lot of play, not only because it's a badass cover, but because that costume is the same costume in the video game. So,
except for he's wearing Adidas now.
Yeah. All right.
Or Jordan.
Yeah. Number 3, another one of those Justice League books. This is end of the new.
I know I have
run.
that.
Yeah. This is a threefer, not a twofer, a threefer. It's first appearance of Wonder Woman's brother. It's the first appearance of the 3 Jokers, and it's the first appearance of Jessica Cruz as Green Lantern, I guess. So this book is going for $40 raw now.
I'm selling it. I'm digging it out. I'm selling it.
Number 2 is a gorgeous book. Just a little bit of fuckery on where the book comes from, but it is a gorgeous cover. This is The Boys, Dear Becky, number 1, the Rafael Grassotti variant out of 300. There's only the 9.8s of this book were going for $400 a couple of weeks ago. Now they're going for like $650 plus. There's a little fuckery with this though, because this is a Scorpion Comics variant, and Scorpion Comics likes to do a thing called reprinting, but just changing a background. So there's they just announced that they're reprinting this cover with a white background or something like that, and they're just going to really water down the market, and this book's going to take a dive.
Well, not only that, but recently Scorpion Comics used to deal with comic book shops and sell to comic book shops, and had a bunch of vendors that would go out and anyway, Scorpion Comics said, nope, no more. We're going to sell them through our own website at full price, and cut out because they were giving shops, a deal if they bought them in bulk and stuff. And so that no longer happens. Now it's just strictly Scorpion Comics online, and that's the only way to get them. And
Scorpion's they're a little suspicious shady, in my opinion. Yeah, a little shady. Number 1 is an ugly John Tyler Christopher negative variant, where it's just, he should not have picked the red background. It does not look good with that shoulder. But this is the Amazing Spider-Man Sins of Norman Osborn number 1 John Tyler Christopher variant out of 2,500, which is a shit ton. It's going for $125 plus in raws. They do number these books out of 2,500, but remember, that's a lot. $2,500. The 2,500 copies is a lot. And this is ugly as sin. It looks almost as bad as the Luke variant that was released the other week.
Yeah, black would have popped.
Yeah,
I have to say I am shocked, amazed. I'll even use amazed that number one is not that Virgin Peach Momoko Spider Woman.
I don't think. What's it going for?
I am not. I have no idea. But
So
I really thought that book was going to soar.
Yeah. You got it. I'm surprised that Phantom Star Killer isn't on here, but I just don't think there was enough copies of it. But sold. But you got to remember, like, this is all based on selling. So
yeah, but that 1 in 100. That Momoko Spider Woman Virgin is like 1 in 100.
Yeah, but it's probably not even selling. Let's see what it's selling for. Peach.
I'm done with Peach.
Oh, yeah, I mean
she's been on. Haven't we talked about her? It feels like all year. Like some of them for good, and some of them I feel are overrated.
Yeah, this is one of the few that I actually really, really like.
Guess so.
Sorry, what'd you say, Corbin?
Oh no! I said, am I wrong to
Dude,
think
that Peach Momoko Spider-Man is garbage that you're about to go to.
Spider Woman, right?
Yes.
Oh, Spider
$20 book.
I
It's a
haven't seen that
$45
one.
book. This one right here, Chad?
The Virgin, yeah, the 1 in 100.
Oh, okay. Let's see what the version's going for.
No, not that one. That's the Comic Tom.
Which one?
Yeah, that one where she's got her hand up.
Okay. $5 it's being bid for with 3 days. $100 or best offer. Not.
It's because that cover's garbage.
$89.99. Nobody's buying it. Let's see if it's selling. That's
good.
That's,
I hope it's not, because
exactly that's what I'm saying. You can get it for cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, I got screwed out of mine. So
$5.
Hold on, no, the variant. It's got to be the Virgin. It's not even. No, I don't even see anybody selling it. No, it's this one, Kyle, with no title.
Okay,
there's no title. It's just the Virgin.
It's not even selling. I mean, nobody's even buying it.
Because nobody gives a fuck about it. Because her time is almost done.
If someone would like to sell me their Virgin variant of that, I would love to pick that up, because I got shafted out of mine.
Well, I'm sure we could find you one. Shout out to all the Absolute crew. I got to jump ship real quick.
You can't yet.
Why?
We need an update. What do you think about the Static Shock movie coming out?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take anything Static Shock. Or not
well,
Static Shock.
I said
static,
we spent
static,
years and
static.
years and years making buying those issues.
Yeah. We tried to spec on those. Everybody tried to spec on those forever, and I'm glad it's finally getting some love. I think that's a great storyline. Static is a great storyline. It's a great book to collect and spec on. Those last 5 or 6 issues of that run are near impossible to find. They're straight ghosts. If anybody out there has number 40 and wants to sell it to me, I'm looking for it. It's the Lost Boys cover, not the Lost Boys movie cover, the Lost Boys crew cover from New York, Freaky Ta, Mr. Cheeks. It's one of my all-time favorite covers that I still can't find. We got one in a collection, and I sold it thinking I would find it again, and I've never found it to buy, So, but yeah, those last like 6 issues, like from 38 to 37 to 42 are like super hard to find. And it's a great character. Static's a great character, and I'm really glad for the people that, created them too. So
yeah, Maso Mia, shout out to them.
Yeah.
And that incredibly large stack of books that you have have a really good chance of going up.
Yeah. We'll see. I just need to hurry up and start selling those fucking books. Like, this is what more came in today.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll update you guys on those next week. What these are.
Good.
So I'll be around next week, guys. I got to jump ship. I just haven't been around.
I'm going to close up right now anyway. So,
all right. I'll talk to you guys. I'll hit you guys messages here after the show. So,
all right,
adios.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
See you, Brian.
See you, buddy.
All right, Sam. Tell everybody where we can find you again.
Yeah,
like they already don't know.
You can find us tomorrow night, Saturday night, every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Right here on YouTube at the Couch Crunchers channel. We're live on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. It usually goes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then you can follow up with the STS guys, I think, are on Saturday nights too, starting at 9. So,
And if everybody wants to play dodgeball,
you want to play dodgeball, join the Triple D Dodgeball League. You can get Corbin's autograph in person.
Oh my
that's what
God.
I need.
Every
That's what I
other Wednesday night when he decides to show up, you get his autograph.
Oh
I know
my
you
God.
guys love
I
Corbin.
raked today.
Gilbert High School, 8 p.m. at the racquetball courts. We have 4 racquetball courts going, up to 4 racquetball courts going at a time. So far, we've only needed 2, but we'd love to max out at 4. So bring your teams, bring your attitude, bring your excitement, bring your competitiveness, and bring a cup because you will get hit in the balls.
Yeah.
Bring your,
Yeah.
bring your D game. D for dodge.
There you
D
go.
for dodge, triple D, dodge,
Bring-
dip, and dodge.
That's right.
I'm no Matt, but for the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Kyle.
I'm Corbin.
Solo Wookie.
Sam, you can say goodnight.
Oh,
too.
and I'm Sam, the movie mechanic from Couch Crunchers, just stopping by. Thanks for having me, guys.
It was awesome. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, and I hope you had a good time because I know we did. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot.